Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here as the recording of this Thursday, June the 19th, 2025. I am in Amsterdam. I'm gonna have myself an Amsterdam day. Wind is blowing very nice, whipping through the hair. Sun is out. It is beautiful. Right here along the water. Beautiful architecture. Great people. Lots of bikes. And I'm gonna see what I can see here in Amsterdam, inviting you. I am so happy to be here. It's just such a cool place. Join me, shall you? I just love the streets through here, all the walking streets. Just such a cool area. One of the first things I did this morning was try to book a tour of the Anne Frank house. And it appears as if it is very popular. Oh look, that bike is full of flowers going on over there. That bike has tons of flowers on it. Watch out, boat. Oh, heads up. But it was all sold out for a few days, but I will visit it on my trip. I purchased a ticket, but will not be able to get in there today. I'm here for a few days, so I got plenty of time, but did not realize that all the slots for the next couple days completely sold out. All these little vehicles. Love the canals through here. So nice. I got to shit a wheelie. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Look at this view. Look at this. Right? I do want to get a cup of coffee, piping hot caffeinated beverage. I noticed there are coffee shops, titled coffee, around here. And I think some of the things they are selling in those coffee shops are not, well, I think they're a little more than caffeinated. So I gotta just kind of make sure I'm getting a cup of Joe, not a cup of something else. Boat and Bike City. This feels like I'm in a dream or a film or a TV show or a commercial of some kind. All the bikes, the peacefulness, the boats, the buildings. It's like out of a dream. I'm not familiar with Multatuli. I had to look up. Oh, that bird just perched on Multatuli's head. Looks like other birds have left their mark up there. Don't do it. Don't do it. He was a famous Dutch rider. Just fly away, bird. Don't do it. Good job. Good job. Yeah, I will say in the shade, the weather is amazing. The weather very beautiful. However, when you're in the sun, it's like 20 degrees hotter in the sun, because I think the rays of the sun are just so permeating. I'm trying to stay in the shade. I might have to purchase a hat or something. I brought some ball caps. This is a very tight squeeze through here. Look at this. Tight squeeze. Or maybe I'll get a hat for this trip. I always like buying a hat to wear on trips, like a big brim type hat. Current temperature right now at 5:06 p.m., 74 degrees. It's going to be sunny until 10 p.m. 10:04 is when, no, 10:06. I got Back to the Future in my mind. 10:06 is when sunset is. 5 o'clock Amsterdam time, 11 a.m. Florida time, 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. right now in LA. These are the public bathrooms. This is the urinal right here. Here comes a little teeny tiny car. So basically, I saw someone utilizing one of these last night when I was walking around. But I thought he was just going behind, like just a piece of metal, like an abandoned thing. But nope, this is an actual thing that you urinate in. You can see, there's the ground, just like a little hole there. You stand in there, and you just, you do your business. Never seen anything like that before. cathedral of some sort over here. People making their jewelry, artwork, things like that. Street vendors. Guy just sneezed profusely from his bike. Right here at the base of the steeple is Amsterdam's smallest cheese store in all of Amsterdam. This is the smallest cheese store. Little gift shop there. Cheese and gifts. Got a bike with cheese wheels. Kind of like this shirt. Lost in the canals. You can see how busy it is over here. These are people who all have their pre-purchased tickets. So I did that. Again, not for today, but looking forward to going in there and seeing that history. You cannot purchase the museum to Anne Frank's home just walking up. You have to get them in advance, and they're pretty much sold out. There was one spot, and I snagged it for a few days from now. There's a sculpture of Anne right here as well. The other side of the building from the museum, and where she was at. All right, more on that another day. Having my first coffee of the day at 5:34 p.m. is a little different. I'm choosing bagels and beans to do so. Bagels and beans. I didn't get a bagel, but I got some beans in the form of coffee. This is a vanilla latte right there. Yeah, my time schedule is just all messed up. There are a few art galleries and museums I want to check out while I'm here. I thought maybe I could get to them today, but most of them, almost all of them, close at 5 or 6 p.m., which 6 p.m. is just a few minutes from now. I'm not going to be able to get to that. Jet lag is something I always deal with when I come over to this side of the earth. It's just an incredible difference. It does not help that watched the Rays last night. First pitch was not till 1:30 a.m. this morning, which should be a 7:30 first pitch at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. And when I'm about ready to start, tuckering in, getting to 40 weeks around midnight, I realized, oh, there's a baseball game on. And that's what happened last night. So I stayed up till the wee hours of the morning, ended up sleeping, had some issues uploading the video from yesterday. Before you know it, it's already 6 p.m. But I think as the days go on, I just got to resist to stay up watching baseball till 5:30 in the morning before going to sleep. Either that or just not sleep. Trains going by, people walking, riding their bikes, more trains going by, a little construction happening inside of this building. I see a record store, Zap Records, right over here amongst the bikes. Yeah, this is without a doubt the most bike-filled place I've ever been. I can't even think of a close second. Go over here to Zap Records. Thing I like to do when I travel internationally, I obviously will buy magnets, things like that, and other souvenirs from different places I go. But I will also pop into a record store, and I always try to get 1 or 2 albums from each country that I go to, or at least one. I haven't done it in every country, but something I've done in a few. Just kind of a nice little way to have when I get back home, can pop something on or remember my trips when I go places and remember buying an album in said country. And I'm going to try to do this from some of the record stores here as well. This one just randomly was walking by, kind of a search as I was in the area, and said, there's a place called Zap Records, so I was a block away and walked over to it. There's probably a lot more than this one, but this is the one I'm going to. Zap. All right, I got a couple albums. Look at these little things. These remind me so much of Mini Marge. Guess it makes more sense to have little teeny tiny golf carty type of vehicles, even though I don't know what you classify that as. Yeah, Zap Records. Guy I worked in there was really cool. So do you have any recommendations? He says, oh, I got like a old school ska band that you might like. They're from Amsterdam. I was asking for some punk rock. He recommended another record store, but they close at 6. I was telling him about how, oh yeah, I'm still on morning time. And he goes, oh, that's wild. It's like A lot of things are winding down here. Well, some things are winding down here. Other things are just now kicking off. But I was like, oh, I'm on like, you know, Florida time. It's like 11 or noon. It's like noon Florida time. Black cat right here. Look at this door. It's coughing. This door has a very, very hungry mail slot right there. Whoa, this is the party zone. Noise level of the crowds have really bumped up a little bit. This must be a popular spot up here. Wow, there is a mess load of people heading in. It's a full-on party over here. Amsterdam is celebrating its 750th anniversary this year. The Lego store over here with the Dutch windmills, symbolizing the Dutch windmills. Lego Kitty and all the flowers. There's a riverboat right there. Oh, look at this. Perfect timing. Heineken. What the heck? Okay, all right. Wasn't expecting that to happen. This guy's selling bird food, I guess. You can have these pigeons eat out of your hand.
What's eating at my toe?
Yes, baby Jones. Please, I need the friends. Like, put some more top of your head down.
So the album I ended up purchasing at the record store is a group called Domar, Doemarr, Doris Day in der Stuttgart. They have a song called Doris Day, recommended by the person working inside Zap Records. Said it is a band from Amsterdam, which I always like to purchase a band I've never heard of from places I go. So this will be a nice little album to throw on when I finally get home, whatever that is. There is a Madame Tussauds in this very large building right here. Possibly multi-stories, or maybe just the bottom floor. I think I'll pop in there. I've been to a few Madame Tussauds in the US. I don't know if I've ever done one internationally. Probably the one I've been in the most is in Hollywood, right next to the Chinese Theater. I've been in a lot of different Madame Tussauds. There's also another Tussauds, which is not as good as Madame Tussauds. It's like a knockoff Tussauds. I think it's like a relative of Madame Tussauds, and I've been in those as well, but I think the superior one out of all of them are the Madame Tussauds. I think a lot of times you'll see a lot of the same celebrities, a lot of the same characters in a lot of the wax museums, in the Tussauds wax museums. But one thing I do like about each one that you go through, they are catered to the general area, the state, the country, the whatever region you are in. They have certain things based on those certain areas. So that is one thing that's kind of neat about going to different wax museums. Even though you kind of see wax figures after a while, you start to realize it's kind of the same theme. But one thing about this one is there's not only the celebrities you always see in the same kind of scenarios and setups, but you also see stuff that is here for Amsterdam and the Netherlands. So kind of see a first wax museum I think I've ever been in another country, with the exception of Tijuana, Mexico. I went to a wax museum there, and that was awesome. I mean, that was really, really unique and different and kind of wackier than this one. But this was good too. I'm over in the area now, which has like an art palette. There's like an art palette up on the wall. Up here you have like the paintbrush there, and then you have the, I guess that'd be an art palette. It's like you have the paint on. And then you have a lot of political figures over here. And then also, as I was talking about, you got Anne Frank, her little area that she was at, and there is a wax figure of Anne Frank writing her diary right over here in her book. And there's where she slept, right over there, hiding out. But there's her writing in her diary right there, with photos on the wall, her window of the tree there, her briefcase down below, staircase up in the attic. You got some of the clothing here as well, and then the downward from the attic. Angela Merkel, her fourth victory, Angela Merkel. And then you got, next to her, you got a couple of U.S. presidents. You got Barack Obama, you got Trump there. There's Gandhi, Mandela, the Dalai Lama, and Elizabeth II standing over there in the corner. And then there's Freaks Base Camp right here. I'm not sure exactly who this is. It kind of reminiscent of the crocodile hunter. Maybe this is this country's crocodile hunter. And you go down the first incline of steps here. We took an elevator up to one floor, then we walked up a few flights, and now walking back down another flight, you got Albert Einstein right over here. I almost said Eisenhower because I was looking at the presidents up there. Albert Einstein. Definitely not Eisenhower. Got Picasso over here sitting in the chair backwards. The chairs are facing the wall, his works of art, and he's looking back over towards, well, he's kind of just staring off into oblivion there, but yeah, that's Picasso. Herman Brood right here with the sculpture of Elvis's head. The world famous Mona Lisa right here. You gotta believe this is Rembrandt right there. He's also kind of just staring off into space. Oh, here's Van Gogh as well. He's got his artist palette right there as well. I think I'm probably not saying that correct, but yeah, there's Van Gogh. You got Vincent, and of course the melting clock. You got Salvador Dali, who's got a museum in St. Petersburg, Florida that I've been to. I always like his mustache. He always had a unique mustache. It's Ant-Man right here. Miniature Ant-Man with a big ant crawling up above. I've stepped into like the superhero area. Man, this is cool. Look at this. This is like getting into the bowels of the superheroes all the way through here. Upon exiting, you walk down a few flights of stairs because you're on the top floor, and you walk down the stairs. There's an elevator if you so choose, but you got these hands, Michael Jackson's hands, other celebrities' hands, but you can high five. And then also, I didn't know what to do with this, but there's J-Lo's hiney, or butt cheeks. And then Elvis on the way out. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Kind of was going in thinking, I don't know how great it's going to be, but I actually really enjoyed the Madame Tussauds. In fact, I ended up buying a t-shirt from here. It was kind of a really cool looking t-shirt. It definitely fits my style. I'll show you the shirt in a minute. I like this building too, this really old school building. All right, moving on to what else I can find to get into. Yeah, here's the Tussauds shirt. I just really like it. It's got the 3 X's on it there. Amsterdam. It's got the building itself. Small Madame Tussauds down there. Kind of like it's like a Halloween, or like a haunt shirt almost. I like it. I don't know why. I saw it in the gift shop. I was like, yeah, okay, that's a good shirt that I will hold on to and wear and take home. Sometimes I'll get really inexpensive touristy t-shirts, like the 4 for $20, and wear them when I'm somewhere for a few days, and then not keep them. But this one here, this is definitely going to be something I keep. This is I don't know, just a cool shirt. I like the red and the black and the 3 X's and all that. Amsterdam vibes. Amsterdam definitely has some more open-mindedness than some of the laws of the U.S. and other areas. However, this is a no alcohol zone if you were drinking alcohol on the streets. you could get a 100 euro fine. Other things are not frowned upon, but don't be boozing it up unless you want to pay 100 euros. Oh, 140 euro fine. Do not urinate. Do not do that right there. 140 euros. So if you drink, incoming bird, if you drink, it's less of a fine. Or you could do both. You could booze it up and then you need to take care of yourself. You get 240 euro. You so choose. You can booze it up and then relieve yourself. If you got 240 to burn, why not? All the flowers right there. On the starboard. I really want to do a boat ride. This would probably be a good time of the day to do it. Sensei Seeds Hash Hip Museum. I don't know if any of these boats are still running, but if one of them is running, I think I might do a little boat tour. That one looks to be winding down for the day. There's a few of them. This one might be. Next tour, 7:30. 1,930 hours. All right, 16.5 euros or 16.75 euros. Let's call it 17 euros. That's actually not bad. What's that, 20 bucks? And this is a good time. You won't have the sun really bearing down upon you. You can see all the Amsterdam 750, the 750th stuff everywhere around town. I think it's a good time to take a boat ride. And the company that's going to be taking me out on the canals is Canal Tours Amsterdam. The name of the boat is the Johann Strauss. Nice little breeze. Standing in the shade. The sun will be going down sooner than later. I think sunset's around 10 p.m. Isn't that wild? 10 p.m. is sunset. Okay. I don't think it's going to be the Strauss. I think it's going to be the Jerome Crabe. I can see they're preparing some waffles on there. I guess you get a free waffle on the cruise. It's not bad. For the price, you get a boat canal cruise for an hour, and you get a little tiny sample waffle. All right, in fact, it is the Johann. Not the other one. It is the Johann. I was right the first time.
Can everybody hear me? Which is a way to say, please be quiet. Okay? Some safety instructions, that's why you need to be quiet. We have an open roof, open windows. Please do not stick anything out of it. Also, no cameras, no phones, no hands. We will pass some narrow bridges. Yeah? I have toilet in the back of the boat. You can use it, but please keep it clean.
That one's like a full snack cruise. They have like a charcuterie included with tables. To be honest, I kind of prefer this seat setup better, where you're just kind of like facing forward. If you're with a group, though, sitting at a sit-down table would probably be a little bit better. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the cruise. I love the sit back, relax that every attraction always says. I'm already sitting back and relaxed.
Welcome
Does
to
everyone
Amsterdam,
just sit
capital
forward
city
and
of
not
the
relax?
Netherlands. What better way to experience this compact and very international city than from the unique perspective
This
of
is
its
so cool.
waterways? There certainly are a lot of them. This city has over 100 kilometers of canals.
100 kilometers of
Amsterdam is
canals.
known for being friendly, open-minded, and progressive.
Oh.
It's a popular place to visit and do business. Just think, in a population of only 800,000 people, you can meet 170 different nationalities.
Yeah, there's a mess load of companies.
Made of
It's
red
called
brick
Lovers
white
Canal
accents.
Cruises.
It's a combination of Neo-Renaissance style and Neo-Gothic towers, and is called eclectic. You'll find many interesting buildings popping up as Amsterdam continues to grow.
It's quite the barge right there. Very lengthy, narrow barge. There's a few of them. Look at these. He's making some wacky noises.
Hier steht die Salsa.
There are also what looks to be like houseboats along here. Some greenery and plant life on top of that one. I mean, it's like a house on the canal. Yeah, these are all homes. Interesting how you would go about acquiring a spot. You just tie up right here and you live here, and if you need to get around the canals, you got a little smaller boat there with a Suzuki engine. These are residents. It's like prime real estate. Comes at probably a pretty big cost, I would imagine.
Spot any warehouses along this canal?
Warehouses
Look for their
along.
telltale wooden window shutters and triangular spout tables. Until about a century ago, these warehouses were
Look at this one right here.
and other supplies. But today, the most likely thing
Very
you'll find
unique.
inside is people.
After industries moved out of this area, the warehouses sat vacant until squatters discovered the empty buildings in the 1960s and 70s. And
Everybody up there enjoying their
But this
little
didn't
snacks
last
and
for long.
whatnot.
Seeing was where the famous artist Rembrandt was buried in an
Wow.
unmarked grave.
Oh, the church. I think that's what they mean.
On the left side of the boat, here, with the green doors, that's the Anne Frank house. The modern building here in the corner is the Anne Frank Museum.
Oh, right there. That's the Anne Frank house. Okay, the museum's on the other corner. This is where I was earlier. There's a lot of people about to get boozed up there. It's a party barge. So just listening to the narration, the person who built this passed away before the steeple was finished, so his sons finished it for him. I really have to wonder how many times cars, when they're going to park like that, have just driven right off into the canals. It wouldn't be that difficult to make that mistake. When you look at the tires, like right there on the edge of the canal. Making a turn. Or the narration was saying that for a while in the early years of Amsterdam there were no numbers on any of the... No, we're going backwards. There were no numbers on the houses and the apartments. There was something called gable stones, which would symbolize what the person living there did for work or what they were known for. Let's say you were a doctor or a butcher or a dentist. Gable stones. And there's hundreds of the gable stones left. A lot of boats on this canal. It'd be stressful driving these things. Wow, it's like a whole row of ones waiting to get through that little area. There's a lot of boats through here. Like a queue line. Well, a queue. Same thing. Queue and a line are the same word. I always say that. I always double up on that. Hello, ducks. Hi, ducks.
Before they were installed, the fire brigade regularly hauled waterlogged vehicles out of the canal.
What is now a pub used to be the lockmaster's house. This is one of the original locks here. And over here, there's a few different lock and dams, but that's one of them. The lockmaster's house has been converted into a pub. Dukes of Hazzard. Check it out. The General Lee. What the? I was not expecting to see that in Amsterdam. Some old Duke boys have been up to. Never meaning no harm. Always been in trouble since the law, since the day they was born. Didn't I expect to see a General Lee boat? This little boat is called Bow. Right here. This was a lookout right here. A lot of military used this particular canal because it's so wide that was a lookout right up there. At least that's the way I'm understanding the narration. They're explaining how a lot of the buildings are tilted, and this tower was also one that wasn't. I was noticing that yesterday when I got into town about how a lot of the buildings through here are shifted because they're built on wood, so some of them are like leaning. But it seems like they're pretty safe, even though some of them are leaning. They've been fixed. It's just the way they were built, on the foundation of wood, and the wood would rot. Oh, yeah, bird's coming in hot. It's a long cruise. It really is. All right, that was pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed that. Again, perfect time of the day to go on a canal boat tour. Again, I really have no concept of time. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 p.m. I looked at my phone, so I thought, oh, it's over. I wonder what time it is. And then I was like, whoa, it's 9 p.m. It doesn't feel like 9 p.m. at all. All right, that's going to do it for today. I think I'm going to try to get an earlier start tomorrow and the following day. Sun is setting. Another hour, the sun will be dark. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.